Hi, Kate Weber here again for your next installment of Osseless Learning. Last time I did an overview of what Osseless is. If you missed that and are curious about it, check with Brenda in the library and she will get you a link to that video. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the different databases that are available for high schoolers. And as a reminder, if you are on site, you do not need a username and password to access this resource, but if you or your students are off-site, your username is going to be Phoenix, like the district, all lowercase, and the password is Osseless, O-S-L-I-S, again, all lowercase, which serves as a great segue to show you that to access these resources, you go to osseless.org. You can see that typed up there. And then you're going to choose what hat you wear. You can do secondary educator or student. Today we're going to do student. There are just a few more professional resources available for secondary educator. Since I am not looking at information literacy curriculum today or doing anything with citations, I'm just looking to find information. I'm going to click on this button here. And then that brings me to this list of databases. There is a group of school librarians from around the state who have chosen these databases specifically to put on this page because they are the ones that you're going to find most useful for your high schoolers. There are ways to search other databases, and I will show you that before this end of the video, but this is mostly what you're going to be using. So a few of these are just really general multidisciplinary kinds of resources that have reference, ebooks, journals, magazines, primary sources, things like that. And that's going to be the student resources in context, and it's going to be most appropriate for high schoolers. You also have research in context, which is going to be more appropriate for middle schoolers. And then you have this InfoTrack student that's going to be for high schoolers as well. And a lot of the content from InfoTrack student is actually going to also be in student resources in context. So if you're looking bigger picture, you could just start with the student resources in context. The next one is Learning Express Library, and it is not like a traditional kind of database. It is study guides and practice tests for different curriculum areas. They also have study guides and practice tests for college prep like AP, ACT, SAT, for different computer skills and for careers. So they might have an entrance exam or an occupational exam, for example. Gale Virtual Reference Library right here is, I'm guessing you know what that is. It is ebooks that are reference books. And those are going to be mostly for secondary. There are a few elementary in there, but for the most part secondary. This Gale Power Search is what I'm going to show you toward the end. It is a way to access everything all together at once or choose different databases that aren't on this page. InfoTrack Newsstand is, I'm again betting you can guess what it is. It is newspapers, full text from around the world. It's got New York Times, Times of London, Washington Post, things like that. It also has videos from different news shows. Opposing Viewpoints in Context is one of my favorite databases. It gives contextual information and opinions about hot topics. And in addition to the regular content, you're also going to see statistics, maps, things like that in here. It's great for if people are choosing a side on something and want to argue from that position. U.S. History in Context, Health and Wellness Resource Center, and Greener, all pretty self-explanatory. National Geographic Kids is going to be mostly for K-5, but some of your students might find it useful. And the last one I'm really going to point out is Informe, and it is academic journals and magazines that are in Spanish and Portuguese, and they are not translated from the English into Spanish and Portuguese. They have been written in that language, so you might find that useful in a couple of different ways in high school. So what I'm going to show you next is how to access databases that are not here or to access multiple databases at once. You can click on any of those databases from the previous page to access just that database. Here we are in our Power Search, and you'll see here that when I clicked in here, this Select All was checked. So if I did a search here or hit Continue, I would actually be searching all of the different products here. And they have some really specific products that your students might find useful. If you are not looking specifically for something in one of these, then it might be better to just search a database that doesn't include it. So I can select all and have them all checked. I can uncheck that and just search a few that I want to look at. And again, I can search that here or hit Continue. and it will allow me to do my search in here. So that's it for today. Take some time, explore around in there, and reach out to me with any questions. Next time we'll take a look at using specific tools and specific searches within the in-context databases, which again is a specific vocabulary for the system. You can always reach out to me at Kate_Weber, 1B as in boy, at soesd.k12.or.us. Thanks.